A lot of us do self-love, but the intentions behind it is not what we consider actually doing it for the right reasons. So I was having a question. I know I was always talking to my friends and things like that. And we went out and we were shopping and stuff like that. And when I shop for clothes and things like that, I do it because I pick what goes for my body. I don't have this, or I may not have that, but what I know I have, I like to dress it and, look nice. But I like to dress that way because it makes me feel good. But one of the ladies, they weren't with us. One of the ladies was in there and she had on this dress and she looked great. And we were like, girl, you working it. And she said something and it made me say, I'm going to talk about that. She said, I ain't going to say the words she said, but these, y'all know what, they going to see me. And I was thinking to myself, because a lot of times men think, and a lot of times we do, I've seen women that wear I'm in Miami, so we are taught at a very young age sexuality and being sexy and all those different things. So it's very normal here for in Miami. Like, I had some friends come from North Carolina and when they visited, they was like, oh my God, even the old ladies are sexy. I said, yeah, they it's like a young age. You dress a certain way. You don't have a lot of clothes on. That's why people from Miami, it'd be hard for us to adjust when we go to those cold states. But I said, man, a lot of times I started thinking about what the comment that the lady said, and men think that women are dressing for them. And a lot of times we are, but there are a lot of times that we are dressing because we're competing against other women, whether it's somebody on your job, whether it is somebody at your church, even your closest friend, your family or whatever. Women really do that a lot of times, and they call it self-love. But we watch social media, we watch our environments, and we see who look like they doing good, and we want that for ourselves. It may start off innocent as, man, I hope I can get it like that sister get it. But a lot of times it turns into worse. And that, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, about a lot of times, I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women do not get dressed. They don't do self-love for themselves. And that's maybe why a lot of times you can see a woman that looks gorgeous and everything well put together in a nice ride, all of the material things, right? But she's still not happy. Looking at her like, dang, she's not happy. She might be mean. She might be quiet to herself, because it's a cost to live that life, especially if they're one of the women that are with someone just for the money. It's a cost that goes with that, right? And so I wanted to talk about it because a lot of times you will see that person and you may say, man, I like that dress, or I like this, certain things you may like about what that person is wearing and doing, right? However, you ever wonder and say, why she's always mad? Why she always going through stuff, or whatever the case may be. This car stopped in front of me. I'm actually headed to work, y'all. I had to pull over to do this video. And a lot of times it's because they're not doing it for you. They're not realizing that a lot of time, I'm gonna be honest, I have seen people say that to me sometimes, like, oh, you seen me or whatever, you see what I had on the other day. I'm like, yeah, you look nice. But then they be telling, then you realize, oh, they competing. The other person or the other women you're competing against, they don't even notice you. They're not even paying that in mind. They might even be the person that's saying, oh, that girl look good, not even knowing that you as an individual that may struggle with this is really a hater and really competing. So where we may, I'm put together because, oh, the girl at the job, she known to be dressed. Now you coming to get dressed, you coming to your Sunday's best, or whatever you may call it, because you're not doing it for you. So what may come across to that person that's very genuine, like she's a person that takes care of herself. And I know a lot of times y'all may think like, oh, Lee, these conversations are superficial. No. They're not superficial, because that is what goes on every day in our lives. And we need to talk about these things. I'm so grateful that you guys tuned in to the video about why women hate on women that put themselves together, right? And I talked about that because, and it was so many comments. That video is over 1,000 views, and the comments are crazy. I'm reading the things, and even when you read some of the comments, right? Those people are coming from a genuine, from what I read. I don't know the person, but from what I'm reading, a lot of you are coming from a genuine place. You're like, oh, you know, I just take care of myself. But a lot of women that are not used to that, or see you as competition or whatever, they will compete against you. And you'll know if you got that group of friends, and you got that one friend that every time you go out, somebody pulling on you, or somebody paying you a compliment, and they have a negative things to say towards it, or they, you know what I mean? Or they might be that friend. I've had a friend like this before, where I didn't realize she was in competition until later. I'm like, girl, we running in the same circle. What did you compete against me for? And she could not dress. She had nice clothes. You ever seen people like that, where they got some nice pieces, expensive pieces? I'm not a person into all of the name brand stuff. If it look good and it look good on me, I'm gonna wear it. All right. And whether it's Louis Vuitton, or whether it's Shein, that's just me. But I remember she was oh God, I lost my train of thought. But I remember that she couldn't put her stuff together, but she had nice pieces. And when I realized that she was competing, I didn't want that in my circle of my friends, my close core friends. And so I was like, girl, that looked good. And I'm like, I'll come over and hang out in her house. But I was really doing that just to teach her, to say, girl, you know what I was looking the other day, you had this outfit on. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, girl, that would look good with this right here. And we'll put the pieces together, and we'll play dress up, even though we grown women. And she appreciated it. But what I was doing low key was helping her to style herself and to find her own style, and to teach her that you can do self-love. You can love yourself, take care of yourself, and dress nice. It don't have to be a competition. It's not about that. It is about you loving yourself and walking out in the world and showing people how to treat yourselves, right? So it's not about the women at the store. And some of y'all be competing and you can't even afford this stuff. I be looking, I be like, nah, she done spend her whole check. That lady is a manager or the director somewhere. You don't went out, you the customer service rep. You don't went out and spent your whole check trying to prove a point. I have seen in the cosmetology world where a lot of the women are wearing, if something happened to them today, I say this about men too, but if something happened to them today, they would have nothing to lead to their families. And it goes on a lot of times. But I'm telling you, I have seen women go out of their wits trying to compete against somebody that ain't even trying. They're probably, a lot of them, I got friends that are millionaires that shop at the thrift store and find beautiful pieces. But because they know how to style and dress, they put it together and they be feeling good. And we go out and, you know, we having a great time. You know why you having a great time? Because nobody is competing with each other. They're there uplifting one another. They're talking about their week, some of the trials they may have had. And they're feeling good because the way they got their self together. Girl, I got this outfit. Girl, I went, and we could talk about those things. And we all got different styles, right? I'm a dress girl. I love dresses, right? I like simplicity. I wear all solid color and pop it with a nice accessory. I got another friend that is very bohemian. You know, she like all of that whole earthy thing, and she kills it every time. The hats, everything. So you got to find your people. You got to find your circle of women that like iron sharpeneth iron. That's the type of friendship. That's the type of relationships that you want. That you have people that's encouraging you, but making you be accountable, and also allowing you to be comfortable in yourself and helping you find yourself, and where they see you like struggling a little bit, where you're trying to give yourself some self-love, that they help you in that situation, right? Because that relationship that I cultivated with my friend, we were friends, but we weren't that tight. It got even closer because she understood, like, oh, she's not even on that. I'm not on that. I dress because sometimes I'm going through the worst of the worst, and I need to feel good about myself. I do things for myself because I deserve that, because I work hard every day. I get up every morning, and whatever it is you do it because you deserve it. And a lot of times before, as a mother, as a wife, I would sacrifice my time. I would never invest in me because I was always invested in my family. I was always invested in my children, all these different things. And I never put me first. And what happens in that is that when you don't apply self-love to your life, and I'm not just talking about the physical thing, just taking care of your body, like Saturday morning, not ripping and running, your body saying, I'm tired. That's self-love, to be able to say, you know what, let me shut down, let me give my body some love, drink me some chamomile tea and just relax. Let me watch me a nice calming love movie, something like that. Whatever gets you to help you teach yourself how to love. Hey, I need 2 hours, kids. Honey, I need 2 hours. Let me just shut down for a little bit. Let me get myself together. That's self-love. So it's not all about the material, but if you're going to be get the material, and if you're going to look at another woman because you may like her style, but you feeling a little jealous or envious, ask God to teach you to take that away from you, take out the jealousy and everything, and learn from that woman. That woman that may be just one of the women that just like to keep herself together, and she could teach you a little something. Maybe you can have a good conversation. She can show you all the places you can go at that can help you take care of yourself, so then you could be better for your family and for your friends. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm praying that this video helps, because don't go into relationships or don't deal with people, or don't low-key be far away competing with somebody that don't even know you exist. Or if they do know you exist, they probably one of the best people you can have in your life, but instead you choose to make them an enemy and you want to compete against them. Or you see some, oh, she ain't all that, or I did this. Oh, they're going to see me today. We see you, but baby, we see you in love. Not all of us see you and we want to be competing. Not all of us see you and think that you know what I mean, that you not all that. You didn't have to go out and buy all of this stuff to show us you were you. Show us you're you by being genuine within yourself, by showing people that she loves herself. She don't do this on a special occasion. She don't do this because she's competing with somebody. She do this because she has love for herself. And anybody that comes across her, they're going to know how to talk to her. They're going to respect her. They're going to honor her as the woman that she is, the queen that she is. And they're also going to admire you. They're going to want to be like you because you're comfortable in your skin. All right. So I pray these videos this week blessed you so much. Again, thank you guys for liking and sharing. The community is growing immensely. It's a lot. I was just like, whoa, within days, I'm seeing the numbers climb up, and we're just getting so good, guys. And so I just want to say to you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Continue to like and share, continue to comment, continue to grow as beautiful, the women, the community. And I'm just, again, I will see you guys on my next video. I am Lee Hill, your hair coach. All right. Bye.